Good morning, everyone. My name is Desiree Buya Buscagan from BS1B, and today I'm going to discuss the static model. At the end of this lesson, the student may be able to identify what is the static model, purpose of static model, identifying the key components, difference between dynamic and static model. Static model refers to a representation or description of a system or phenomenon at a specific point in the time, without considering its changes or dynamics over time. Purpose of static model. Static model typically represent the structure or configuration of a system at a specific point in time. It helps in understanding the relationship and elements within a system, aiding the design, analysis, and documentation. Static model are often used in software engineering, architecture, and other fields to capture a snapshot of a system components and their interconnection without considering dynamic behavior or a change. I have here a different example of static model. So the first example is the geological cross-section. Static model might be a geological cross-section showing the layer and structure of a earth crust in a particular location. It is provide a snapshot of a subsurface geology. And the next example is climate maps. Maps depicting average temperature, precipitation, or other climate feature for a specific period are static models. They offer a snapshot of a prevailing climate conditions. Another example is ecosystem diagrams, representation of an ecosystem components, plants, animals, microorganisms, and their interaction at the particular time can be considered static models. Next is the topographic maps. Maps displaying the physical feature of a landscape, such as mountains, rivers, and valleys, provide a static representation of the Earth's surface. Another example is the mineralogical diagram, model illustrating the distribution of mineral in a rock or mineral deposit are static representation giving insight into the composition of earth crust. So what is the key components of static model? Static model typically includes entities, attributes, and relationships. Entities represent objects or concepts, attributes describe their properties, and relationship depicts how entities are connected. Differences between dynamic and static model. In contrast, a dynamic model captures the behavior and interaction of a system component over time, showcasing processes and state changes. Essentially, static model focus on the system structure, while dynamic model depict its behavior and evolutions. Next is the benefits of static model. First is we have the early detection of design flaw. Static model allow designer to identify the rectify structural issues in the system before implementation, reducing the cost and effort of fixing problem later in the development process. Second is improved communication. This model serves as a visual communication tool, aiding collaboration among stakeholders by providing a clear and shared understanding of a system structure. Third is the documentation and visualization. Static model provide a documented representation of the system architecture, making it easier for developers, architects, and other team members to visualize and comprehend the system structure. Fourth is foundation for dynamic models. Static models serve as a foundation for dynamic model, helping in the transition from a structural understanding to a behavioral one. They provide a baseline for developing dynamic aspect of the system. Next is we have the A's of analysis. Analyzing a system static model allow for a focused examination of its components and relationships, aiding in making informed design decision and ensuring that the system meet its requirements. Six is we have the facilitates code generation. In some development environments, static model can be used to automatically generate code, providing a direct link between design and implementation and reducing the likelihood of inconsistencies. 7 is the simplifies maintenance. When changes are required in the system, having a well-defined static model makes the maintenance process more straightforward as developer can refer to the model for guidance. 8 is we have the standardization and best practice. Static modeling encourage adherence to design standard and best practice, promoting consistency across project and facilitating knowledge transfers among team members. 9 is support documentation and training. Static models serve as valuable documentation for future reference, aiding the system maintenance and providing a foundation for training new team member on the system architecture. Next is the enhanced system understanding. By representing a clear picture of the system components and their relationship, static model contribute to a comprehensive understanding, which is crucial for effective decision making throughout the development life cycle. And that's all for my report. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.